Psychology and Tells. Recognize players' styles. The style of play refers to a pattern of actions made by a player. There are two basic style dimensions, passive-aggressive and loose-tight. These two dimensions create four general styles. If we scale the dimensions in a square, where 1 is very loose and 9 is very tight, as well as 1 for very passive and 9 for very aggressive, the corners of the square represent the most extreme types of players. Of course, most of the players are located somewhere in the middle of the square. First, we'll explain how to recognize the style, and then we'll explain how to play against these extremes. You should adjust your game according to the type of player you're playing with. The player types. The calling station, the loose passive player. We call a player a calling station if he tends to check and call a lot and rarely bets or raises. This is the worst possible strategy in Texas Hold'em. In Texas Hold'em, you should be patient and fold many of your starting hands, and you should play aggressively when actually playing a hand. Otherwise, by checking and calling, you are in a constant chase of your cards, and when they come and you bet, no one is paying you. The maniac, the loose aggressive player. The maniac tends to play many hands and plays them aggressively. He takes many risks, bluffing even when chances are he'll get called. Sometimes he overbets, and usually it takes less than a minute to spot this kind of player. The rock, the tight passive player. He doesn't play many hands, but when he does, you should know that he has a very strong hand and should usually fold. These players have a lot of patience, hate risk, and can sometimes sit without playing for an hour. The winner. The tight, aggressive player picks his hands selectively, but when playing those hands, he plays aggressively. Betting and raising are usually the best actions to take. By doing so, you increase your chances of winning the number of pots, and when you do, the pots are larger. On the other hand, some of your losses would be higher. Therefore, you mustn't be in many pots when playing aggressively, and should especially be careful of hands that tend to be second best, like ace and jack, for example. Learn and share Texas Hold'em videos for free. MyHold'emTips.com